Hey guys, it's Russell back, and on today's video, as part of our hybrid wash series, I'll be testing the combination of Adams Red Car Soap and Sonax Car Wash. For the foam portion, we'll be using the MTM submachine gun style foamer. I'm using the PF22, which is MTM's newest and quite assuredly the best foam gun they've ever made. I'll have 10 ounces of warm water with 1 ounce of each of these products for the foam solution. Then we'll switch to our bucket test, where the bucket holds 3 gallons of water, and we will also use 1 ounce of each of these. That solution will be tested as a hand wash on the car. This, as you guys know if you've watched my videos, is really my favorite car soap. It lacks a little bit. It's not the perfect 10. It's a 9 point whatever. But this is one of the combinations that the viewers have wanted to see, so that's what we're going to do. I don't know, this is a good shampoo for sure. I don't know if it's going to add, I don't know if the chemistries are going to collide and make it a 1. Who knows? We're going to find that out together. We're going to see what it can do. You've listened to me long enough. Let's go outside and see what this combination can do. Okay, I've got 1 ounce of Adams Red Car Soap, 1 ounce of Sonax, and 10 ounces of warm water. Let's see how this foams. Alright, initially the foam goes on nice and thick. It is comprised mostly of super fine micro bubbles with some smaller ones. There is medium amount of lubrication. The sun is not out today, obviously, as you can see, so we'll have a little bit better gauge on the passenger side, which is usually the sun side. But it does seem to be channeling, and by channeling you'll see there's areas where the soap solution actually runs under the suds, and I think that's due to just the properties of the soap itself. But some car soaps do that when you foam, some don't. So we're going to let this sit for 6 minutes and dwell, and we'll come back and see how much of the hybrid soap solution we have left on the car. Okay, here we are back 6 minutes later, and I'm going to say there's probably 75 to 80% of the volume left on the hood, the windshield, and the top. And as we move around to the side, probably 35 to 40%. It would be less, obviously, if the sun were shining on it. But we do expect that there's always going to be less on the vertical surface of the car more so the horizontal. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to rinse this off with our pressure washer, and we'll see, number one, if it removes our non-bonded contaminants, and number two, if it harms our Adams paint sealant. Okay, so what are my thoughts as a pre-cleaner and the foam gun, the PF22? It does not appear to have harmed our Adams liquid paint sealant. Of course, I didn't think it would, which is a good thing. It did a good job on the non-bonded contaminants. Of course, we don't expect that it's going to remove the bonded contaminants at all, but this car's been through 1 or 2 rainstorms since the last wash, and it did a good job. Did a really good job. I think this combo is going to be fairly good. I'm going to be a little interested to see how well it will do in a hand wash, so we'll do that next. I'll get the bucket set up, and we'll see what kind of foamage the Adams and Sonax hybrid solution can do. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and we will put 1 ounce of our Adams and 1 ounce of the Sonax in. We'll start with the Adams. Again, this really is probably my favorite all-time car soap. It's a very viscous, it's a almost neon red solution. It does have a lot of bubbles in there, as far as, I don't know if that's just from the bottle moving around, but sometimes you can have, quote, oxygen infused, which I don't. I think that's just a gimmick. Anyway, it's got the traditional nice berry / cherry scent to it, if you are into that. And as with all our very viscous premium car soaps that we've tested, it will sit on the bottom of the bucket until I agitate it with the pressure washer. The Sonax looks like, well, it looks like Johnson's baby shampoo. It has a very pleasant, almost citrus scent to it. It is far less viscous than the Adams. In fact, it almost disperses in the water as soon as it's applied. Again, that's just one of the characteristics of it. That does not mean it's better or worse. Alright, so just initially, there is a little bit of lubrication in the water just from what was in the shot glass. So let me get the pressure washer. Let's agitate this and see what kind of foamage we get. Alright, so the bubble structure is mainly composed of very fine, small cells. There are some medium ones in there. But one thing that is kind of unusual is the foam itself has a good bit of lubrication. But what we're actually concerned about is the water. And I have to say it is very, very slick feeling. It is a very, almost like oiled water. Almost the same as maybe like the Chemical Guys Wonder Wash. So I'm very eager to see what this combo can do. I feel good about it. But we will see. The scent is kind of weird. I almost don't like it because of the mixture. I don't think mixing cherry and citrus is the best idea. But anyway, if you're into that, if that matters to you, I could care less. So let me go ahead and get our multiple mitts set up, and we will get the hand wash done on the Accord and see what it can do. Alright guys, here's my final review on our hybrid wash test today with our Adams Red Car Soap and the Sonax Car Wash Shampoo. This stuff, pardon me, this stuff is really, really good combined together. The lubricity and the durability of the soap solution when I get to the end of my wash area was very substantial. It did a really, really good job removing the bonded contaminants. The car is nice and smooth and clean. I think the rating that I would give this would probably be about a 9.0, maybe a 9.15. To be quite honest, what the Sonax added to the Adams was probably a little bit of extra lubrication, which is kind of what it needed. However, as a foam, it did well, but there are other combinations that do better as a foam. And I know that the purpose, truly of the car soap, a lot of people do not foam the car as a pre-wash, and that's fine if you don't do that. But that's part of the test criteria, is both as a foam pre-wash and as a hand wash. So I think it's slightly better than the Adams. This setup is slightly better than the Adams by itself, just because the Sonax gives it a bit of lubrication. However, I think that the Sonax added to the Adams does take away a little bit of the durability of the Adams by itself. I don't know why. And again, I'm not a chemist, and we're mixing car soaps pretty much the way that you guys want them mixed, and maybe the chemistries collide a little bit. I don't know. The Sonax is good. The Adams Red is phenomenal just by itself. I do think that this, as a hand wash, bumps the Adams up just a notch. So that's going to be my final review. Not the perfect 10, and actually it didn't do as good as I thought it was going to do, but Adams Red is really hard to beat. The stuff is really good. However, we've got a lot more soaps to test on our hybrid series, and I need you guys to put in the comments some combinations that you'd like to see. I'm going to make a separate video of everything that I've gotten down so far, so that we don't keep putting duplicates. But guys, I appreciate this series. Is going to be fun. I do think that we're going to get at least as close as we've ever gotten to that perfect 10 car soap. Please, if you haven't subscribed, do so. Give the video a thumbs up, and if you'd like to donate to the channel to fund any of our upcoming tests, then that would be much appreciated. And as always, I will see you on the next video.